Hello, everyone. I didn't do a countdown, but we're here now. Welcome to the internet. This is twitch.tv/help action needed, and we are here to do the finale of our Hellwhalers game. I made that comment because I realized, I said, "Are you all ready?" They said, "Yeah," and I didn't count down like normal. Oh, the Tipsy Tiger is telling me they cannot hear us, which is fascinating because everything is showing as good.
Oh
Chat, can you
no.
hear me?
I can hear you. I just put it on.
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
And Gloria says, "Okay, Jocelyn, figure yourself out in the best possible way." Welcome, everyone.
I'm the problem.
We are here for the finale of our Hellwhalers game. But before we get into our recap, let's go around and tell the world who we are. Let's go in overlay order. Taylor, who are you?
Hi, I'm Taylor, aka Spunky Taylor, Black Variety content creator here. I'll share your pronouns, and I'll be playing your good old sweet Marianne.
Nate.
Hi, what's up, internet? I'm Nate. I'll be playing mystery character 6.
Why? Wait, what?
Cool. Yuri.
With me?
Hello, everyone. My name is Yuri. That is Y-U-R-I, pronounced she, they. Found everywhere on the internet as Yuri and the Beast. And today I am going to be playing Elena, the pious, who has absolutely still done nothing wrong.
Jacob.
Hi, I'm Jacob. I'm playing Henry, and I have no idea what's happening right now. I think everything's fine. Is everything fine? And I'm the weary. That's
Hi, Rhea.
Hi, everybody. I'm Pyrea. She, her pronouns. I am playing our lovely new addition, Beatrice, the hot-tempered, who also sort of has no idea what's going on, but definitely has an agenda of some sort. I don't know, maybe. Sean, back to you.
Thank you. And I'm Sean. You can find me all across the internet at Help Action Needed, including here. It is not a reference. I asked before stream.
I stumble into things that happen to fit. It was just the right time frame name.
Okay. So, last time. And actually, this will be fun. Jacob, take off your headphones. I don't want you to know the recap.
Wait, can you give me like a wave when I'm ready to come back? Okay, go.
Cool. Last time on our session of Hellwhalers, we had a wonderful time as we made it back onto the ship right after the captain was about to throw Donnie overboard. Mary Ann was able to save him and make sure everything was fine. The captain is still seething with rage at the results of Mary Ann's rock throwing. However, a sick bow board went terribly wrong, and nobody was able to get any souls. They tried to do some fishing, and the Ray showed up once again, taunting Donnie for his lack of engagement the first time. In a sense of overconfidence, Donnie went over to try and catch it with his hands, but the water, sticky and needle-like as it is, burned his hand, and when he grabbed the rope to turn back up, it snapped and he plunged into the lake below. Everyone tried their best to get him up, but unfortunately it wasn't enough, and Donnie perished. Nate, please turn off your camera. While we continued on, we saw that Beatrice maybe knew more about the people on the ship than she let on, as she learned the name of one Henry, the doctor, and has spent the evening trying to figure out how to get access to him. The captain, enraged at your all's lack of information and dedication to the quest, has instead made you all take a pulse of the Hellwhale's heart. And through your actions, you have both gained a boon, something protective, but also imps are now infesting it, poured out of the blood of the vines from your hand, thrashing across the stage. As we have Henry rejoin us, we will start the session now from Henry's perspective.
I'm
Henry.
so confused. Yeah.
You went to your room in a quiet contemplation and distress over your last action. What were you doing for this day as you try and recenter yourself?
I think he started by like like his hands shaking. He can feel every ounce in his body just kind of vibrating in this terrible way. And sitting on his bed, just trying to like find some inner form of peace, and then going in and out of his torment of being in the operating room with that patient that he walked away from, just lying there, and then coming out of that room back into his own room, and every so often just seeing a man standing over him, as he like holding a bloody knife, and his chest just heaving with this immense pain as he does. And I shouldn't. I know. I will do better. No, please, not again, not again, not again. And just like having this constant spiral of intense, almost panic and want to make this all stop.
And as you're existing in your torment, you start to hear a ratching at the door as if someone's trying to break it down, but that's not enough to pull you out. Instead, the sound that grabs your attention is the deep thump of the Hellwhale's heart being pulsed once more. And you know that even when you were, foregoing your duties, those around you continued on what they were supposed to do. And then the door catches your attention, as immediately after the pulse happened, some imps seem to be crawling out, seemingly made of blood, appearing through cracks in your door, and right behind them, the sound of someone. Beatrice, what are you doing as your attention returns to the door?
All of the imps are crawling over it from the outside as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In that moment, she is fixed on still getting Henry's attention in that room as she's pounding against the door, trying to avoid the little imps, but also if one comes close enough to her, she's gonna hit it. It is purely an impulsive, no thought, just rage as she's just banging on that door still.
Yeah, and as you bang it, it continues to repair itself, for the captain will not allow damage to come to his ship. But Henry, you hear this.
I feel like every time he hears the bang, it almost sounds like the two-way doors of an operation room, almost like slipping past each other. But it's that thump, 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 and every time he just flashes into that space. No, 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 and finally just gets up. Stop it! And like goes over, rips open the door, and what does he see?
He will see somebody who may or may not look familiar to him. It depends on how much he's paying attention. Who knows? But he is going to see a woman who looks of his time in a white button-up, late 1870s outfit, hair pulled back, and just anger on her face as little imps are like crawling down her arm as she's rearing back when Henry opens the door. Brief pause, and she goes to swing at Henry in that moment.
What is he do? Okay.
Does he respond? How does he respond?
He seeing this fist come towards him, he crumples and just lays on the floor. Please no, please, I will go.
Again, in that moment, she is kind of bull red rage. She is not within her body as she again pounds down with her fist, which she's not like a kick, like not like a wrestler, or she's not very big, but she is yelling at you now as you've slumped down, and she goes, "Is this what you did the day you left Charles to die? You are not worth saving anytime, anywhere, on any plane." As like the little imps are still what I imagine like crawling and just around, because I feel like they're invading everything, and She has not noticed them crawling and scratching and probably crawling on Henry at this point, as she is just bong on his shoulders, whatever she can hit at that downward angle. She is just shouting at you in this moment.
Like between the hits and then hearing Charles no.
A simple surgery, you told us. Bang again.
No,
You were qualified, perfectly qualified to handle it. We knew. The best surgeon in London is what they told us over and over.
This is torment. This, you're not here. You're not real. Yes, you.
This
it
time,
will go away.
she
It will go away. It will go away.
Grabs your shoulders and pushes you back slightly. Do you look up at her?
Yeah. It's like that almost like that blank stare of like,
Yeah.
you see someone and you're like, I don't know what I'm looking at. You're almost looking through them, but he does look.
Yeah. You'll see her looking down at you with tears streaming down her face. And probably at this point, again, imps kind of crawling around the two of them. From an outward perspective, the imps are probably gathered around both of them in this moment, to where they've been scratching and gnawing and clawing. So scratches on her face, scratches on Henry as she holds your shoulders. You took the last person I cared about in the entire world from me. You just killed him. You do not deserve to be redeemed. As her fingers will dig into your shoulders. She doesn't have like talons or anything, but you'll feel the pressure of her digging her hands into your shoulders.
His hands at this point have kind of been like pulled in, almost like a child trying to protect themselves. And as soon as you say that of you don't deserve, he just puts a hand on yours. I know. I've never claimed that I deserve redemption, or I deserve everything that I'm getting. I deserve tenfold of what they are sending at me. I deserve the same pain that I caused him. I left him. No words that I say will make it, will bring him back, or will make what I did better, but I was so tired. I kept dying. Sooner or later, I kept dying. It does not make it right. It does not forgive. He looks up at you, and for the first time, it's as though he's seeing you. Whatever you're going to do, I deserve. I welcome whatever punishment hell has for me. And I know that it will not be enough.
Beatrice has his shoulders, and despite all of the anger that she has felt this whole time, there's a flash of brief sympathy in realizing, oh, this is another human being. You know, at some point, he also has lots of flaws, and, you know, but it only stays on her face for like a millisecond until that rage returns and her hands grasp just a little bit tighter. This time I feel like they're just kind of grabbing jacket as she's clutching the jacket so tightly she can feel her fists beginning to ache. I'll just make sure you won't get into heaven. Mark my words. Horrible man. And she pushes him back and steps back in her rage as she's this energy she doesn't know what to do with. And she looks for the others to see if they are anywhere near during this attack, so to speak.
Unless
Is
they
anything.
left, they would have been right behind you.
Okay, perfect.
As Henry's laying down there, looking like the saddest man possible, just tears flowing down, his body shaking. You can, if you were to look beyond his jacket, you can see the bruise and cut marks from her nails and hands digging into his flesh, even through the fabric. And he looks at you again. Even if the gates of heaven opened for me, even if St. Peter himself were to usher me through, I would not step through those gates. I do not deserve to step through those gates. Madam, you do not need to worry about me entering heaven. For where I stand is where I belong.
If you weren't so pathetic, I would feel the urge to possibly take what's remaining of your soul right here and now. But unfortunately, I think we need your hands since we're down a member.
Well, what do you mean?
Look around.
He looks through. He sees Elena. He sees Marianne. Where's the boy?
Marianne was just like down sadly, and we're gonna get him back. He's just drowning right now.
Quite literally fell overboard.
What can we do? How do we get him?
We're heading towards a fountain, and we're hoping that this
Lazarus.
Yes. We're heading there to hopefully, I don't know, make a wish or something there. If it's all powerful, then we can bring him back.
Yes. And as he's saying this, he's literally thinking about standing over Charles, thinking about literally just dropping the medical instruments and walking out, and his torment continuing as he's literally thinking about trying to save another person, but knowing that he's not able to, because in life he couldn't. So how even in death, in hell, in this torment, could he possibly?
Well, if your reunion's over, I believe we have bets to make. The Hellwhalers' heart won't wait more. Let's go. And the captain walks away from where this happened. Whether you follow him or not is your choice.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
Beatrice will.
Okay.
I think Marianne would pat Peaches back to give some comfort.
Noted. Giving comfort to Beatrice and not Henry. Yeah. And you all are pulled up. The light of heaven shines down for the briefest of moments, and the time has come to place our bets. I wasn't sure how I would put this on the overlay, but Nate's dead, so we're going to put it right over there. Where
There we
would you
go.
like to make your bets, chat? Not chat. Unchat. Players, where are you putting your bet? And how many souls are you
Imagine
wavering?
if chat could bet and decide.
That would be
That's
wild.
nuts.
Surprise! The finale. You bet.
Oh my god. 10 out of 10.
Jacob, would you say that I ruined your morale with my words?
I mean, his morale was nothing, but yeah, I'll absolutely.
Hells yeah.
The scraps.
Yeah.
And turn that scrap into powder. Okay.
Sean, let
Alright,
me
would
at
you like to
that
go
betting
first?
board.
Nate, you're dead. If you want to bet, though, I'll let you.
Will I
Wanna bet
have
for fun.
will I have Donnie's soul?
Everyone's dead.
When you all died, Donnie's souls were split amongst the three of you who lived.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Damn.
So who would like to go first?
Should I go crazy? I have 4 souls. Should I bet all 4?
Go crazy. You got this.
Yeah,
No
well,
regrets.
Henry starts looking around. Oh, is the ship haunted? I hear voices.
You hear it from the cold beyond.
Who has it? Who's ready?
This is scary. I only have one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put it on any triple.
Okay.
YOLO.
Any triple.
YOLO, indeed.
YOLO.
Nate, you have one soul. Where would
Go
you like
big
to
or
bet?
go home.
Wait, I have a soul?
I'll give you one soul if you want to bet it. Why not?
Go crazy.
Don't spend it all on one players.
I'm gonna put it on 13.
13. Okay.
Ooh.
Hey, Ray, Jacob, or Taylor?
Okay, I'll do one of them on the 2-4, like the
Two
squirrel.
combo 4.
Yeah, the combo.
Mm-hmm.
And I do one on 14.
Okay.
I do one on double 3s.
Okay.
That was just 3, right?
That was 3. Yep.
And then
wanna
I
do
do
your
one on the 4th one on triple 4s.
Okay.
Hey. So
Let's go.
in that conversation, I gained 3 souls, so I have a total of 4.
Let's go.
Okay.
Sorry, Jacob, but
No, let's go.
Let's go.
Listen, I gained 1, so I'll take it.
I'm gonna go 1 on big, so the 11 through 17. Let's do 1 on 2 2s. Let's do 1 on 6,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna bet them all. Let's do 1 and 3.
1,3. Okay.
I'm gonna do 1. I have 4 at this point. I'm gonna do 1 on the big big ante. I'm gonna do 1 on 1,6.
Okay.
I'm gonna do 1 on double 3s.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do 1 on. You know what? Yeah, go big, go home. I'm gonna do 1 on trip 6s. We're in hell. 666, baby. Let's go.
Hey.
Let's see. We didn't get that, Jacob. We got a 3, a 4, and a 6. So collectively, that does equal 13, which is
big.
good for our big. It's good for
A 6.
person that bet on 13. It's good for our single 6. And that's it.
Boo.
So who gets some souls back, friends?
Not me.
I do. I got big and then 6. So how many do I get back?
Big will give you back 1. You'll have 2 souls from it, and then a single 6 will give you an additional 2 souls from it.
Okay. Okay. So I didn't lose any souls. Woo!
Well,
Okay.
so you'll keep the ones you put in, and then you'll gain the extra one.
Heard.
You should have like double
So
what
I
you put
have
in there.
8. Yeah. So now I have 8. Perfect.
Okay. And
So
then
I
Jacob, same amount
lost.
for you then.
Cool. I lost 3, but gained
And then
back
gained back 2.
2. Cool. So now I was at 4. Now I'm at 3.
Okay. So Elena, 0. Okay. Marianne, 0. Okay. Donnie, 0. Oh, no, Donnie.
No,
No, I
Donnie
bet on
got 13.
13.
Donnie,
got
you get 2
13.
souls. Good for you.
I'm good at this.
Henry is
Hey.
at 3. Correct? Henry, 3. Okay. And then Beatrice is at
8.
how many? 8. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Then you all go to sleep. The night passes. Let's see if it passes without incident, however. So we got a 3, a 4, and a 6. Where are 3? Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay.
I don't like the amount of times you said
I don't
interesting.
like. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
like the
2
sound of
times
that at
fine.
all.
The 3rd time, not happening.
Mm-mm.
So you all go to sleep. And Taylor, are you okay if I have Marianne wake up first?
Oh, sure.
Okay. Not in the middle of the night, but in the really early mornings, do you swear you're having that same dream from your mom about families sticking together? And if you hope for it, it'll work. And if you believe that you can find your way through together, you can. And you hear this clawing as though something is trying to go up the side of the ship. Would you go out to check on it, or would you stay in your room?
I think she would like hear the clawing noise and she'd be like, oh, maybe it's Donnie crawling out. And like we'll go and check.
Okay. So as you make it up, Nate, what does it look like as a changed Donnie crawls his way over the side of the ship back up onto the deck?
I didn't mean to call it like that.
Hi.
You still have
It's still the board.
the sickbo board over
Oh.
his face.
No, you can keep that. You can that's fine. We don't need a scary change, Donnie.
Yeah, you see Donnie. It looks like parts of his right arm, like the skin just looks like it's like been melted, but it's like still there. Like it looks like you took like a bunch of heat to like a Barbie doll almost.
It's Freddy Krueger.
And you can like semi see through him. His skin is almost transparent. And behind him you would see like in his shadow is like different monstrous like demons and horned beings just like within his shadow. As Donnie looks at you with much less emotion than you would normally see.
I think like Marianne's like see him and just like still wants to like just run up and just hug Donnie.
It like takes him a moment of just like you hug him and he's just like blank faced. And then it kind of hits him of, Marianne, You look so big.
Yeah, Donnie, it's like we was coming to get you. We was gonna go to the fountain, and you changed so much.
We've all changed. When did you get here? How long have you been down here?
I don't know, but we've been down here together for a while.
Of course.
I
Yeah,
want,
we're
I want
both-
to ask if you're all right, but I think I already know the answer. What happened down there?
I saw you and Mom and all the others. I thought you'd all made it out.
Not yet. But now we can go out together.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go together.
It's like, are you hungry? I can try to make something, or I can wake up Henry to make you something, or
And I don't think I need anything to eat. We can just wait for the others, I guess.
yeah, the others would be so excited to see you again.
I think Elena, as
Sorry, I
the
just
one
saw Yuri's
typically up
face.
first, you would probably be heading towards the deck for your morning prayer.
God, I
Elena!
hate you. Yeah, totally. She's on. I think after the very entertaining spectacle made by our stowaway the night before, she has been thinking a lot about a lot of things. She has been thinking a lot on her life, which is not something she has thought about in a very long time. Since coming here, not really thought about it at all, except for her moments of torment with, her death. But seeing more people who knew each other in life, and what are the odds of them finding each other here? Like, she goes up to the deck thinking about wondering if he's also here, and part of her hoping that he is, for the same reason as Beatrice, to just rip him apart into pieces, and at the same time hoping that he isn't, because he doesn't deserve this, even with everything he's done. And so she's very in thought as she goes up to the deck and almost doesn't notice the siblings standing there.
Elena,
But something feels different. And then she hears her name being called.
Elena, your prayers, it worked.
And she looks over to Donnie. The only reason she knows it's Donnie is because Marianne is standing next to him, and that is the only thing that makes sense, because this does not look or feel like Donnie. I am at a loss for words, I think, for the first time since coming here. I suppose you are very happy, Marianne. We did not have to ask the fountain to bring him back. Here he is.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Donnie, Marianne's brother.
There is a flicker of shock before she looks at you and smiles. It seems that he has been cleansed. Hello. I am Elena. Your sister has been very worried about you. I am glad that you are here to comfort her once more. She does not deserve to be alone.
Of course.
Elena's good people has helped me a lot.
I'm glad. Thank you for helping my sister.
I just do what I can, and I just do what I think I must. We are all trying to get out of here. After all, well, at least most of us are. I
On most
know
of us, I
that
think the other
we
two
will
would
beat
make their
you.
way up. Whether it's together or not is up to you, but all of you can be on the deck.
Beatrice
Together.
left Henry
Ooh.
there to be so sad. This poor doctor. That's Pyrea talking. Beatrice is still like this weak man killed my husband. How dare he? So I think she's kind of stomping out of her quarters, grumbling and just irritated when she spots the third figure, who, again, like Elena said, looks peculiar. And she approaches very, very slowly. And she remembers Marianne, like, giving her the hand on her shoulder of comfort. And she is reminded of her own younger sister and feels very protective against whatever this is, and returns the comfort of resting her hand on Marianne's shoulder and squeezes just slightly, not in the same way she did with Henry, but as a sibling would. Marianne, what is going on here?
Donnie's back.
He has been cleansed and returned to us, it seems.
He just lost a little bit of memories.
What is it that he remembers, Marianne?
Family?
Just, and she removes her hand and looks at Donnie. Just the word family, or can you elaborate, Donnie?
A pleasure to meet you. I am Donnie. As has been said, I remember my family, my sister, my mother, my younger brothers.
Their names. Hello? Any of them?
Marianne,
She's right here. You just heard me say her name.
I
I.
remember
Siblings know
their
each other.
screams.
Henry
They
comes up.
pleaded for help.
What were you saying, Jacob?
Henry comes up the stairs at this point, seeing Donnie. I thought the boy was drowning.
He was. He is no longer.
He came back. He probably just needs some rest so you can get memory back, right, Donnie?
Yeah, that
What
sounds lovely.
But
What
like,
do you mean get memory? Tell me, boy, what's the last thing you remember?
Burning all over my body. It burned, and I heard them scream. A young Marianne, a young Andrew, and Brock. They screamed for me. They asked why.
Henry's going to turn his attention to Marianne. How did your brother die?
I don't know. I died first.
It seems the boy is going through his torment again, as many of us have over and over. But I agree with Marianne. Give him a little bit of time and space to gather himself.
Oh, I have something. As she will like dig in her pockets and unfold her one Polaroid picture. It's still ripped in half. But she tried to like put it together and show it to Donnie. It's like, see, do you recognize everyone in this photo? And it's a family photo.
I think you would see Donnie's face is like smudged and blacked out within this photo. And Donnie is going to look at it and smile, but what he sees is smudged out, blacked out faces for everyone. Yeah, that's everybody.
Yeah. She just coming back up to put it back in her pocket.
Now, even though we have you back, I do still think we should make our way to this fountain. It may give us some much needed help.
As you mentioned the fountain, you see it looming, but a mere minutes away by sail.
Nice.
As we approach, Henry is going to walk up to Donnie. Boy, do you mind if I just give you a quick look over to ensure that it's hard to do a medical observation on one who is already dead, but perhaps we can at least gather some information.
Of course, Doctor.
And he's gonna start looking, just doing the eye exams, the reflexes and everything. He's gonna ask him, questions of like, I need you to remember these 3 words and start talking a little bit. Can you repeat those 3 words back to me? And just kind of going through this whole process. And I assume that he passes.
Yeah, I would say like with reflex tests and stuff, it seems like all of his like senses, like his sense of touch and everything is just dulled.
Okay.
And as you're doing this, Elena walks past you, behind you, and just whispers, "Old habits die hard, don't they, Doctor?" She walks to the front of the ship.
This bitch.
Being at the front of the ship, you would be the first to see it dock on an island, seemingly made of white marble, palm trees growing out of it in an unnatural but not unpleasant way, and a bright blue water pouring endlessly from a vase in the middle of the stand. You see bodies of people deemed unworthy at the edges, as though they have tried to bathe in the waters, and the waters have washed them almost to oblivion, and a strong push could put them over the edge. But you feel a call to redemption, a call to rebirth and renewal. And you know that this fountain is exactly what you all have been looking for the past 5 days.
Elena doesn't even hesitate. She knows that she deserves this, that she is worthy, and that this is just one more step in what she must do to get to where she deserves to be. She turns back to the others. "We are here," before just as quickly turning around and beginning to disembark into the island.
So, can somebody explain to me, do we all get one chance at this, or is it a group chance? So, if we're trying to help your brother, is that the only thing we can do?
I don't know. Should we ask the fountain?
I'm not sure. These things can be tricky. I don't want to waste a shot if that's the objective.
Elena's not even on the ship anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we should just ask the fountain what's going on. I don't think it will stray us away.
You're so full of optimism, Marianne. And she'll pat you on the shoulder again and crawl off the ship and try and catch up with Elena. She's like, nah, don't let her touch anything.
I think Marianne would check in with Henry and being like, "Are you doing all right, Henry?"
As well as one in such circumstances can. One does not always think they will be visited by their demons so intensely. But I suppose I know I got that it tried so hard. But I suppose what else can we expect from being within the 9 elves?
Mm-hmm. I understand. Just I missed you these past few days and stuff. Just want to let you know somebody's in your corner.
Thank you. And he looks over at a woman who he does not know the name of, but only a woman who has this immense amount of scorn and hatred towards him. And his only thought in that he expresses, you are quite optimistic.
I try. The world's already horrible, and if I can just smile through it, it makes me feel better. And can I ask you a question, Doctor? And can you tell me the truth? I mean, Harry, I'm sorry.
It's quite all right. I know you did not mean an act of malice. It is habit. What is your question, dear?
Do you guys really see Donnie, or am I going mad?
I see him, but
And is that the truth?
I would not lie to you.
Okay.
Though he is not the same way I remember him. He seems twisted and
Gone.
more... That's a good way to describe it. Gone.
I try not to point out the differences because I don't know how sensitive it is. I don't even think Donnie knows that he even looks different. But I wanted to make sure that my torment hasn't changed.
What is your torment?
Mine, I see gold pieces everywhere, and I have to bite them to find the real one. But I've been getting quite good at it to find it very quickly. So I thought maybe the Hells has changed and brought Donnie back to torment me that I couldn't save him.
And you see Henry starting to speak, and he cuts himself off and holds on to it because he feels like he's standing in front of a patient's family member and trying to give them that news, and he doesn't want to go through that again, but how can he not in this moment? And he just looks up at Marianne. I think we can both state that the man who sits over there, while he may look like your brother, I think we both know your brother is more than likely dead. And even if he looks and has the inklings, the beginnings of memories that old Donnie had, it is the memories that make a person. And if those are gone, are we really a person anymore? Are we still ourselves? Do what you can for your brother, but also know that the Hells are not kind.
It's probably good that he doesn't have memories anymore.
And Marianne gain a soul for affirming Donnie's lore. As this conversation pans out, the two of you staying on the ship, Elena, you are the first to make a run for the fountain. As you do, the water around it, pouring out and splashing onto the ground, kicks up a beautiful mist. One refreshing, one that probably reminds you of like your time at the lakefront, or if you had ever seen a rainbow in a spray of water. But you don't see that rainbow projected there. Instead, you see a lover coming towards you with a knife. And can you please explain, well, not explain, but paint the picture for us of Elena's last moments?
Elena is in red robes, not black. talking to a man with a kind face who looks confused, but like he wants to understand, as she is very animatedly explaining something. And he nods, and she begins to change out of her red robes and into the black robes. The man doesn't fully understand what he's walking into, but he doesn't know it yet. Elena thinks he does. They had been seeing each other for a while, and she wanted to show him so that he could get to know all of her and who she is. She puts on those black robes and walks him into a room where there is another woman laying on a stone table. There are 2 other men in robes. The man with her looks very confused still, doesn't say anything, just watches. That's what he was invited here to do. And Elena goes to stand over the woman and starts saying what sounds to him like a prayer. She brings out the dagger that she carries around everywhere now. And that is when the man realizes what is about to happen. Elena doesn't see it coming. So focused is she on her task. Always devoted, always doing it to perfection. She doesn't see him coming, doesn't hear him until the other 2 men yell out, and it is too late. She is tackled to the ground, and he is asking her why and a whole slew of other questions that she doesn't really hear. Her head hit the ground a little too hard. There's just ringing, and his face. And he realizes he's trying to take the knife from her, but she can't allow that. She loves him, of course she does. Otherwise, she wouldn't have shown him this. But she has a duty greater than she can have to any person. She can't let him take the knife. And they wrestle on the ground for a little bit. One of the men come to try to help. The other had run out for help. But when he is finally pried off of her body, the knife embedded in her stomach, she feels the warmth first. She knows what blood feels like, what it smells like. She looks up at him, and he's crying. There is sadness. She knows, she can feel he didn't mean to do that. He just wanted to take the knife away. But she also knows that she has failed in her duties. She shouldn't have let a man get so close to her in the first place. She is meant to be 100% devoted, and she wasn't, because she gave part of that devotion to him, and this is her paying the price. It is her being punished for her transgressions. Part of her wants to blame the man, part of her wants to blame herself. As the man is dragged away, and the last thing she sees before the blood loss takes her is still just his face in tears before it all goes black.
In that moment, reflecting on that, seeing the end of Elena play out in the mists, you notice a few things. One is his face still floating there, with the same light around it that these waters seem to give off. And you know, without a shadow of a doubt, he is not down here. In some cosmic justice of some kind, he has been gifted the grace you have had to prove yourself for. But you also hear a voice asking you if after all of that, you feel you deserve to be with him once again. And if you do, to step forward and drink of the water. And if you are pure and just, it will cleanse you, and it will allow you salvation. What would Elena do?
Elena sees her putting her love and trust into a person as opposed to him, the one and only real mistake she's ever made, and has spent every minute in hell trying to atone for that. She does think that she deserves to be there, and so she drinks.
Beatrice, I imagine you're next to make it.
Yes. Do I see Elena? Do I see this spectral?
You do not see the vision, but you see Elena stepping through the mists to the jar on the vase at the center, spewing out water.
No, you don't. And Beatrice will pick up her speed because she does not fully trust Elena. And so she will try and reach for her, not thinking of any of the surroundings as she's trying to make sure she doesn't do exactly what she's doing.
So, Elena, right after you feel the first cold thing you felt in a long time, a refreshing bit of pure water enter your mouth and you swallow, a hand on the back of your shoulder pulls you backwards. But you feel clean. You feel rested. You feel his grace flowing through you even in a spot like this.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Did you use the only opportunity any of us had without the rest of us here to assist in that? What about
Yes, we are
Marianne?
all working together, but we each receive our own judgment. And I was receiving mine before you interrupted.
What was that judgment? Do tell.
That is for me to know.
Sean, you said when we looked near this fountain, there were bodies all around, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Entering that mist area, do Elena and I still see all those bodies around?
You would, yep. They're at the
Okay.
edges, so they're not in this spot, like where the tile
perfect.
meets the fountain and the mists are spewing off the ground. They're out of that.
Okay. Is there anything on those bodies that looks like it might be showing up on Elena in this moment?
Nope.
No.
Mm-mm.
You were able to drink from this what fountain, supposedly that gives us hope or fulfills a need or wish, or but you
Yes. Me. I would not be so quick to judge others. As you can see, they were clearly unworthy. I have known my worth all along.
I feel like there's more to this.
I do not care if you believe I deserve it or not, for my worth is not yours to judge. It is his.
Well, you're still here, aren't you?
Yes, but I'm closer than I have ever been. It is a hard path, and I am walking it. Now, if you think that I am not deserving, do you think that you are? Why are you here?
I shouldn't be here. I know that. And just as confident as you are in your clearly
Then by all means,
delusional thoughts.
drink then and prove it.
Fine. I will. Beatrice will, in that moment of being, I bet you won't do it. She gonna do it. She's gonna turn to the fountain and like put her hands on the sides and like peer into the water, and yeah, reach her hands in and take a drink of the water.
As you reach down, you don't see your reflection in it, but you see back a scene, something gone wrong, something not your fault, but definitely your problem. What is Beatrice's greatest regret or a moment from her life that she knows didn't go how it should have?
Her greatest regret would be not being in the right place at the right time when it came to Charles having his procedure done. That day, she knew what time it was, and she had overslept. And so even any opportunity to possibly see Henry leave the surgery or energy shift or something go on and be that last possible hope to give her husband any sort of chance of survival, she wasn't there. And so she sits with that regret of, what if I could have done more? I could have done more. There was something else she feels like she could have done.
And as you watch Henry walk out of the room, the quiet clank of metal on metal as the doors shut, the heart stopping mid-surgery, chest open, you see your husband mouth your name as he breathes his last. And as he bleeds out on a table where nobody was there to save him as the man you trusted with his life abandoned him. That same red stains the water here, and it turns a deep, dark crimson. But you see your face reflected in it. You see your rage, your anger, as justified as it may be. Do you drink of the water?
When her hand touches it, does it feel like water or does it feel like blood?
Feels like water. Feels very cool and refreshing.
Just with one hand, she'll take a sip of the water.
Okay. Donnie, you're the next to make it there.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Oh, hi. Oh, hi.
As you enter the island, you don't see bodies. You see driftwood. You see shipwrecks. You see just bits of refuse and wreck lining the edges. But you also see the mists. You see these two here drinking in the center of it after a brief fight. What would Donnie be doing in this moment?
I think Donnie's kind of confused
Mm-hmm.
as to what they're doing here,
Mm-hmm.
but everyone seems to think this fountain's very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Donnie is going to go to the fountain
Mm-hmm.
and kind of like at its edge begin to pray
Mm-hmm.
and hope for Marianne's salvation.
Yeah. And as you sit there, kneeling, you would feel the edge of the fountain before you can take your first step seems to hear your prayer. But as it comes to an end, you feel that mist bouncing off the marble ground, splashing back up on you. And it feels like the same way the water felt. Hard, tack-like, needles ripping parts of you off, and you see behind you the shadow extended full of demons and devils cheering. And the shadow reaches out and touches one piece of driftwood, and you see your body lying there. You see who you were. You see what was Donnie before he came back as this. What would you do?
I know I have made mistakes. I have failed my family too many times. It was supposed to just be me. My damnation for their happiness. But I failed. My sister got caught up in my mess. And she died. She died in my arms. I don't deserve redemption. But please. She is good. There is good. As Donnie says this to seemingly no one, is he praying? Is he talking to the fountain? I don't think he even knows. And he is remembering things about his life. As he said it, he remembered that his sister died in his arms, and that memory gets stuck there as he continues to speak.
Mm-hmm. And as you do, you look back to the driftwood once more, and there's another piece next to it now. And you see Marianne lying there, reaching up to the face of yours, hand on a cheek before it goes limp and falls away. And then you see something glowing in the palm. These mists seem to reject you, and you feel a wall in front that if you tried to pass would not go well. But it seems the island has given you something else if you are one to claim it. Marianne and Henry, at the end of your discussion, you both make it to the island together. Marianne, you would see Donnie, not where the other two are, just interacting with two bodies. They don't look like anyone. They're just lying there. He seems invested in them. And Henry, you're free to do whatever you do.
Henry's actually staying like on the ship. He's gonna look out, probably see all of this, but he like gets there and hearing everything that Elena had talked about of redemption, he doesn't want it. He doesn't deserve it, and so he just sits on the ship. And even as he sits, he can't help but feel that little bit of like ping from Elena with all of her piety and all of her religious vigor. He feels his own religious upbringings kind of swell within him, and he just mutters Psalm 130, verses 1 through 2. Out of the depths I cry to you, O Lord. Lord, hear my voice. Let your ears be attentive to the voice of my pleas for mercy. Mercy I do not deserve. And he's just going to sit on that.
Okay, so then Marianne alone walking to the island.
Yeah. I think she, like when she sees like the scene in front of her and stuff, I think she will walk over to Donnie to be like, "What you doing?"
Marianne,
Yeah.
a part of me feels like this is the end. And I just want you to know that I am so proud of you.
The end. Well, yeah, the end of that we're gonna like cross over together. So we're getting towards that. Yes. Unless you mean something else.
I think we've done it. We found your way out of here.
Just mine. What about you?
It's like I always say, little sis. The world isn't fair. For one person to win, someone else always has to lose.
But
And if I'm losing for you, then that sounds like a win in my book.
But I don't want to lose you.
Maybe you
won't. Okay. You just sound like you're giving up on this. We're almost there.
Yeah, we're almost there.
Yeah. Don't be talking crazy now. Like we got this together, right?
And Marianne, you would see, as you're like sitting there, the mists rolling down, they seem to part around Donnie, unable to touch him, possibly unwilling to touch them. But you feel your redemption calling to you. Do you choose to sit with your brother, or do you go for it?
Oh, this is that big moment. Oh. I think Marianne just look at the mist and seeing like how much it's avoiding Donnie and then connecting to her, and she just looks at him and just like, I don't know what to do.
Go on ahead. I'll be right here.
But it just isn't fair.
When has it ever been fair? But we persevere. It's what makes us us.
Right.
You got
Okay.
this.
Okay. And then I think Marianne would see her redemption.
Yeah. As you walk up, it seems like you found yours. This is the first time in your life you've put yourself first. And all it took was dying, losing your brother,
Mm-hmm.
and then finding out he'll never really come back. But as you see the reflecting pool, what is it Marianne sees in there?
Is there like, is it like any memory or like what is it?
Anything you want.
I think in the reflective pool, she looks down. I think she'll see that the day that she shot someone, and to protect her family, like she felt so bad and guilty when the mask rips off. And I guess like she wants that memory to change to her just walking away and not pulling the trigger. So she just keeps something like that.
And you feel as you pull the water up to drink from it, the lightest release, as though something you've been holding in your heart for who knows how long releases itself. And you feel light. Henry, do you remain on the ship?
I see that. It's like, get your ass down here.
Get down here.
I think yes. I think he leaves the ship. I think he's just kind of looking over, and he can't hear the words of it, but seeing the interaction between Donnie and Marianne just kind of gives this little pull to him. And without even realizing that he's moving forward, he's walking towards this fountain, this basin. And by the time he realizes it, it's too late. He's already there.
Yeah. And what is it you would see in the center?
It's not him in the operating room. It's not him leaving. It's it's the immediate moment after, as he sits in the area where the prep area, and he just crumples down and starts crying and cannot stop the tears from flowing. He sits there like soldiers from a war that he will never see, a great war, would, by the thousands, by the tens of thousands, by the millions in the trenches will. He sits there like so many other medical professionals will have, and he feels the entire weight, not only of this one man, this life that all he has to do is go back into that room and maybe, but there's a weight sitting on him. A weight of an oath that goes all the way back to ancient Greece. A weight of an oath that has been said by so many who swore to do good, and yet he sits there and he cries. And when the tears can no longer come, He stands back up, goes back into the operating room, and covers the man's face. It's the least he can do for failing him.
Okay. Tani, back to you in your satchel. Do you pick up the gift presented to you by this Phantom of Marianne?
Yes.
Good. You will find in there a satchel containing enough to start your own ship. You find 10 supplies, you find 20 harpoons, you find 30 souls, that you may one day find who you are and be blessed with a crew of your own to bring you to a hell whale. Everyone who drank of the water can gain 50 souls. As you feel the just righteousness coming from above, ready to save you. And as those souls go into your body, the captain pulls out a box and you immediately feel many of them stolen as the pulse of the hell whale is pulsed once more. Also, Jake, I'm going to have you mute because you're really staticky. And when you feel it pulse, you all have to rush back onto the ship as you know a whale is coming. You have maybe one more round of things to get done before your true ascension is possible. What would it be that you're doing as you run back onto the ship?
That's hard. I think after taking it herself and then watching Beatrice go through, she silently watched everything else transpire, smiling when the doctor gave in and came as well. And she feels right. Like things, yes, this is how it's meant to happen. This is who I'm supposed to do it with. This is right. This is happening. And she probably calls for everyone to hurry on board as she just starts making her way back to the ship without looking back.
Does anyone resist? Okay.
I think Henry has a bit of hesitation and resistance. Again, almost in that trance of going through this, not being in his own body. He just kind of stands there and has been so absolute in his he does not deserve redemption. And now that he has, he feels like he's betrayed everything he's been saying this whole time and just stands before the fountain. Before I would like to assume that either Marianne kind of yells at him or gives some kind of indication of move your ass.
Yeah. I think, is Donnie still there or is it gone or?
Donnie is still present, just isn't redeemed.
Yeah.
Wasn't able to be renewed, as he's already once been renewed. But maybe in time he'll deserve it again.
I think like before going to Henry Marianne, we'll give Donnie like a long hug for a moment and be like, I'll come back for you. And then like goes over to Henry and being like, we need to hurry up and get on the ship. Please, Henry.
Certainly.
Please. It's gonna be okay. We got you.
And Donnie, you can
Yes.
follow onto the ship. You're still part of the crew. You are still able to go with them. It's just if you want to.
Yeah. My job is not done. My sister is still in hell.
Exactly. Then, as the most cursed of those among us, what does it look like as you step back onto a ship?
Me?
Who are you asking?
Yep, you.
Oh,
The one who's literally most cursed, not whose vibe's most cursed, Elena.
Okay. I think there is like an eerie presence. As he's remembered more, he looks more like old Donnie, less
Mhm.
melted, but still not quite back to himself. Still, you can see through him. You see the little demon monsters in his shadow. And I think like as he steps on the ship, you would see those like kind of creep into the cracks, and like he seems to be like one with this place in a way that you haven't seen before.
And anyone whose eyes are attentive to Donnie can see like strange false bugs and imps and vines out of the shadows seeping into the woods as Donnie, you reflect, and it feels like you've been captaining this ship your entire life. You have dreams of several people dying, several new crews being found, and you're not sure if you're becoming the captain or somehow cosmically you always were, but you know that you're not getting off of this ship until you can find a crew who will do it for you. And the rest of you see the Hellwell on the horizon. You raise your harpoons, and we are ready to go. Who's ready to fight a Hellwhale?
let's do it.
Oh no, I'm
Fucking go.
actually am busy now, so I gotta go.
No, Henry, no.
Okay, let's fight a hell
I
whale.
think seeing like she had just gone up there and she's like, all right, where's the harpoons? And sort of the most alive,
Go team.
I think
Yeah.
you have seen her ever. And in doing all of that, as everybody's getting onto this ship, noticing still the doctor being the most hesitant, as she's dragging boxes around, walks past him again. Doctor,
Please
a
don't remember that.
lot of our suffering here in hell is self-imposed. And God only knows that you've punished yourself twice, 3 times over. You've done to yourself more than hell could ever hope to do to you. If you were not good, you would not think twice about the life you forsook. And yet here you are, being so broken over a death that we do not see you for 2 days. You are not a hellman, Doctor. And your pain, self-inflicted, is you trying to atone. You've been on the right path this whole time. You were just not open-minded enough to see it. And she walks away, continuing to shove boxes around like, all right, it's time, y'all.
Okay. Then, Pyrea, I don't believe I've asked you to roll for out this. Please roll me a d6.
No, yes, 5.
A 5. You see, as you all are getting ready in your last moment of elated celebration, that the whale rushes forward at a terrifying speed, and with the single flipper is able to carve a hole through the side. Donnie, you feel it as part of your body seems to be pulled out as well.
Oh no,
And we are
Donnie.
going to take a single point of damage to Rex.
I don't like that. No.
I don't care. Anyway, who would like to go first? You all currently have 20 weapons. You just need to make some of them hit.
So like, did I not go first already by rolling that?
No, I
No.
like it when the players get to roll. You rolled for the whale. Yeah.
Let me at him.
Let me ask.
Mechanically, Nate, you are just a regular sailor right now, so feel free to also throw harpoons. Yeah.
Go for it, Nate.
Okay, how do I harpoon?
You just use a harpoon.
Nailed
Use
it.
You throw. Cool. What does it look like as you throw this harpoon, knowing that you will not be freed like your friends?
I think stepping back on the ship, Donnie has a more wooden walk that kind of matches the captain.
Mhm.
And like without saying anything to anyone, like he knows this ship now in a way he wouldn't have known even if he'd spent his time actually looking around the ship and not just talking to people and getting in arguments. And he immediately grabs a harpoon and begins like setting it up. I think like before we even like get attacked by the whale, he's like already setting up for this fight because he knows what's about to happen. And I think the second the whale pops out, he's already like aimed in that general direction and gets a shot off.
And yeah, with a perfect throw, you throw a harpoon. The rest of you have seen a perfect example how to do it. Do you all follow suit, or does anyone hold back in the hopes of doing something else?
I thought the harpoon was the only option. Like,
You can still choose to gain souls or do moves here, but the harpoons are the
Oh,
only thing that will affect
why?
it.
Yeah. No. Let's try and harpoon a whale.
How many souls does it take to? Sorry, how many souls does it take to bring forth the? I know we've already brought him forth, but how many souls did that utilize?
Across each of you, it would have been 20, so 5
Okay.
each.
Okay.
Cool. Just making sure.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
4 each. That's math.
Beatrice will try and harpoon the whale, trying to kind of use Donnie's attack to her advantage, like so to speak. As Donnie moves one with the ship, for flavor, can we say that the ship kind of adjusts and shifts with him a little bit, and part of the deck like shifts just slightly up to where it gives Beatrice the moment, like a little bit of momentum, like almost like a tiny little ramp, and she kind of runs up and yeets the harpoon at the whale.
Yeah.
Yeet.
Perfectly works. Who throws the next one?
Elena will go ahead and she goes up, sort of standing next to Donnie as she puts in a harpoon and loads it to throw, just a wild grin on her face.
Perfect. Marianne or Henry, who would like to throw next?
I think in the conversation that Elena just had with Henry, that she handed him a harpoon, if so allowed.
Love it.
And as he's just standing there feeling the wooden shaft of this metal tipped harpoon, feeling the grains in his hand, just looking at it, and that feeling being the only thing that centers him, he just, I'm gonna do it. You're all gonna hate me. He drops it. He can't bring himself in this moment to do it. And he just stands there. He does not deserve to be redeemed, even though he drank not of his own volition from the pool. Why should we-
Murderer. Failure. Coward.
Marianne, what do you do? This is fast-paced. You do not have time to react to that. This is a whale coming to sink your ship.
At the same time, yeah.
Okay.
Heard.
Yeah, I think Marianne just hears Henry drop their harpoon and it's like, I'll take care of that later. And like throws her harpoon. And it's like,
Perfect.
you have to be a team. She throws it.
Taylor, please roll me a d6.
You got this.
6.
A 6.
Ah,
No.
Well,
dang, I'm
already
sorry.
having an arm in the
Sorry.
ship, bends, bringing itself up, getting cover for itself, and you see that it seems to surge. Its muscles growing, its teeth growing larger, changing from whale-like teeth to fangs. These wings, not wings, but like fins becoming razor sharp as they're cutting through, and it seems to have a layer of protection over it. Off in the horizon as well, you also see a ship coming directly for you. You see it seems just as intent on slaying this thing as it is on slaying you all. And we bring it to the next round. Who would like to go first? Just so you all know, above table, to deal with the ship will cost souls. To deal with the whale will cost harpoons. They have two
Okay.
separate knots going on right now.
heard. Okay. So we've used 4 harpoons, right?
Yes.
Including the one Henry
Okay.
dropped, 5.
Okay, 5. Okay. Is it in front of him or did he like
It's in
toss it
front
in
of
the
him.
water?
Yeah. No, he just
Okay.
he just let it go. Of it.
Then you
He
could
just,
reclaim it if you needed, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not like you.
Okay. Good luck, everybody.
Yes.
As the whale attacks Beatrice, we'll try and do we know anything about like stabbing it in the eye? Do we know any lore?
There's no
Possibly? Nothing?
mechanic about that, so whatever
Okay.
you want, we'll do it, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. A
Um
harpoon hits and does a damage, the same way spending a soul makes it work.
Okay, heard. Yeah, she'll just take a shot with a harpoon. In that moment, she's realized Henry is a coward, and she's like, "Redeem yourself and help us!" As she throws another harpoon. Maybe it like gets him, and
Yeah.
there we go! Yay, another harpoon down.
As you throw it, the glow over the whale turns sanguine and blocks your thing from hitting it, keeping it safe from your harpoon. You're not sure if it's the first round, at the first throw, or the entire round, but it seems that in the buff that was given to it, it's not penetrable this moment. The ship, however, is still advancing for anyone who would like to take their turn next.
Yes. Elena noticing, hey, there's a ship coming. Hey, if they kill the whale, it doesn't matter that we summoned it. And we need to get rid of them quickly. So I want to attempt to divine an inspired path and looking at what I can see of the ship, try to figure out like how best to take care of it, essentially.
Perfect. Yeah, spending 1 soul, you're able to knock a part off of their knot. It's a vessel very similar in size to yours. If there's a head-on collision, neither of you will come out of it. So the best would be avoid direct physical confrontation and hopefully take them down at range. Who goes next?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Are we only able to use 1 move per turn?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Just want to make. I was like, I'm gonna rack up a whole bunch of moves and deal
Nope.
with these fools. 4 episodes in, Henry. Oh God, he's the worst. But he's not.
Yeah.
Henry, seeing the ship coming towards him, seeing the whale and everything that's going on there, he knows that the whale leads to redemption, and he can't bring himself to attack it. But yet Elena's words of, it doesn't matter all the work that we went through summoning it, if they kill it, that's game over. And something comes in him and he almost hears the Hippocratic oath of do no harm. and it's as though it should cripple him in that moment, and yet as it does, it inspires him. I'm going to utilize the keep going despite everything, and he's going to run up and grab one of the small cannon. What are they called? The small cannons. Chat, remind me what they're called, and is going to like aim and fire at the ship.
Okay. Who's next?
It's called a gun.
Yes.
Marianne or Donnie? Who wants to go?
Donnie will stay focused on this whale, and I will use a harpoon.
Cool. Tossing the harpoon bounces off once more. One harpoon down. Marianne, what do you do?
Do I just how many souls for the ship to be repaired?
To repair it would take a round in not a medikit, some supplies. You're not at the spot where you're that concerned right now, but it would take 5 of your 10 supplies.
Okay.
You're only at 2 damage right now out of 6, 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what we need our souls for?
The souls will
To
take care of the ship that's
ship.
coming to sink you. The harpoons would take care of the whale that you need to get out, but you have seen now twice this round 2 harpoons bounce off this protective shield the whale has summoned.
Okay.
So you should probably just throw a harpoon.
I was like, I don't want to
Just
waste no more
waste them all.
harpoon. No. Yeah, like Marianne sees that the harpoons have happened, and I think she's gonna put her attention onto the other ship. Do we have a cannon? Sorry, I just see chats talking about.
You
do?
have
Yeah.
a cannon. You can use a gun. You don't even need to like physically attack. You can use one of your flavor it however you want. It's the same as spending a soul in any other way.
Cool. Yeah, I think like Marianne will use a cannon to stop the other ship.
Okay. Yeah. No, it works. Spending the soul, using the cannon. Nate, I will ask you to roll for ship. Yuri, I will ask you to roll for whale. Please, each of you roll me a d6. A 2.
1.
A 1, okay. The first thing to act is the ship, as it is not needing to do a full turnaround as it charges towards you. And it... on a 2, there's incoming cannon fire. Someone will need to... It's a 1 challenge not, so somebody will need to prevent that on their next turn, or you will take some seaworthiness damage. For our lovely whale, with a 1... we have, these are like the furthest apart in the PDF they could possibly be. On a 1, you see its eye and you shudder with dread, Elena, but that dread grounds you and you feel like you know a great spot to fire, because if that eye can see you, that eye is not protected. We go to the start of the next round. We currently have the whale to deal with, the ship to deal with, the incoming cannonball to deal with. Who would like to go first?
The cannonball, right? That's the knot.
Yeah.
Henry's.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna step up. Henry's taking that one.
Okay.
Again,
Heard.
do no harm rings in his mind
Go
as
for it.
he is going
Perfect.
to use another soul.
The cannonball is out of the picture. We still have a remaining 2 not on the ship, meaning that 2 damage needs to be done before the whale can be attacked. Who would like to go next?
I can shoot from the cannon. I can use a soul.
Yeah.
And shoot. Yeah, because I didn't see the eye. Can we use more than 1 soul?
Nope. 1 soul.
Nope. Damn.
Mhm.
All right.
And at this
Boo.
point, since they're not entirely
Uh-huh.
moves, just let me know which one you're attacking
Okay.
and we'll mark from there.
Okay.
So go on for the
Ship.
ship. Okay. There is 1 damage left remaining on the ship, and then people can go for the whale. Who would like to finish off this ship?
I think Elena's
shall.
probably prepping. Oh, yeah. So Elena's probably prepping to hit the whale eye as
Mhm.
soon as the ship sort of comes around and gets in range. So she
Mhm.
wouldn't be looking at the other
Yeah.
ship right now.
So then, Donnie, you see a ship about to ram your body, and you are able to sink it with your determination, sending several people to their deaths at the bottom of the Stygian Sea. Marianne and Elena, do you both fire harpoons, or are you choosing to not act this turn?
Yeah, no. As soon as like the ship sort of veers out of the other one's way, um like she doesn't even turn around to see what happened to the other ship. She's like, "All right, we're in range. Here's this eye," and she just throws it as hard as she
Perfect.
can.
Marianne doing the same?
Same.
Okay. The ship is gone. The knot is resumed. Jacob, please roll me a d6.
Uh, 6.
Ah,
6.
Are
You
you
see once more the whale, seething with rage, continues to try and plow through the bottom of the ship.
that's literally the worst that could
I
happen.
know.
It
As soon as
is.
I saw it come up, I'm like, son of a nutcracker.
You all see the same Seguin hue going over it, which you know means cannot attack. Is there anything you would like to do, or do you like to wait until another opportunity presents itself?
Yeah, I think knowing it's shielding itself, probably just take this moment to take stock. Now realizing, okay, the other ship seems to be gone. Nobody seems to have like gotten hurt from that.
Yeah.
Looking at the ship itself, we're only 2 damage in, right? So
Only 2 damage in. Yeah.
right. So it's like, okay, like there's no like major leaks. But yeah, so she uses this sort of brief moment to take it all in, letting the others know like it's shielded again so that we don't waste harpoons. And then just waits with a harpoon in hand until she feels like the shield has come down.
Then Pyrea, back to you. I ask for a d6 roll.
Ah. 3.
Please.
On a 3, you see that just as it breathes in the water, some of its wounds start to close back up, very similar to the way that Donnie crawled out of the sea patched, and the whale looks a little healthier, but it is still able to be attacked, and all of you have a round to attack it should you choose to. You don't need to narrate, simply for the fact that this can get a little drawn out. Is anyone not attacking?
Harpooning all the way.
Henry's not attacking.
Okay, so then in a round, Henry
Yeah,
continuing
yeah.
to be
Well,
a failure for
yeah.
everyone around him. Almost no damage done to it because of the amount put out versus the amount just healed back. All of your eyes, I imagine, turning with anger towards Henry as he is making this almost impossible for you. If he had been doing his job, you would have been close, but you all have seen the healing it does. And for a doctor to allow something to heal without it being at his own hand when he let somebody's beloved die is a terrible metaphor for what he's doing once again here, condemning all of you with him in his own inaction. But the whale is a little injured. Taylor, please roll me a d6.
Elena's this
Baby.
close to just like trying to toss you
need-
overboard.
Listen,
I was
Just
like, I
turns
have,
around with the
Jacob,
knife.
Jacob wants
I
you
have
so
something
bad.
that Marianne could say to Henry, but I'm afraid that was gonna get rid
Do
of her
it.
turn.
Do
Do it.
Do it.
3.
A 3. Once again, those wounds
It
clear
heals.
itself up and it heals once more, but it is vulnerable to attacking. Marianne, now would be a great time as 2 turns in a row, you have seen this whale heal itself up. It is almost back to where it was when you saw it for the first time. What would you like to say to Henry?
Yeah, I think like Marianne would go up to Henry and I said, I need your help, Henry. You keep on saying you don't believe in redemption for yourself, but you want to help me with redemption. And this is your time to help me. Please, I beg.
And he sits with your words for a moment and then walks away from you up to Beatrice.
No.
And he falls onto his knees in front of her.
Beatrice, you see this, but this is a moment where a whale is tearing your ship apart.
Yeah.
If you choose to interact with him here, I will make it your entire turn.
Ah!
Mhm.
You
I would
suck.
like to remind you all, roleplay is fun. A whale is tearing your ship apart.
Oh, I know,
There is
I
not
know.
time for these
Yes.
moments.
I
So,
understand
Yes.
this.
Beatrice, what is your choice?
I am stepping forward and shoving Henry as I throw a harpoon at the whale. And
Is anyone-
ignoring him in that moment.
Is anyone not attacking this round?
As soon as
Snap
he's
decision,
thrown,
Henry.
as soon as he's thrown aside, he's grabbing a harpoon and throwing it.
Okay. You all are down to very few harpoons left. You have a total of 6 harpoons left. Donnie, I ask you to roll me a d6.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Is that a 2?
A 2. You see that giant maw come up from deep beneath where it dived, biting off the stern of your ship. You feel as though like your entire arm gets pulled off, but it is still there. And the ship takes 2 points of seaworthiness damage. Wrecked goes from WR to WREC. What is everyone doing?
I think as the ship takes damage, like cuts open up along Donnie's body, as he is injured in this attack.
Okay.
And he will grab a harpoon, look at the doctor, and just say, redemption is not a moment. It is a series of actions. And this is your choice on whether or not you begin it here or if you forgo it forever. And then he will throw that harpoon.
Okay.
Spitting bars.
That slaps so hard.
Is anyone not throwing a harpoon this turn?
How many letters are we in? 4 now?
Yeah,
You are
we
4
are.
letters in. You have 3 letters remaining.
3. Okay.
How's the whale looking right now?
It's looking poor.
Okay. Fuck it. Throwing a harpoon.
Okay.
How many harpoons do we have left at this point?
6.
After those 2 tosses, we'll be down to 4.
4.
Okay.
Marianne, you said you're throwing?
Yeah.
Down to 3. Beatrice, what are you doing in this moment?
How is the ship looking? We're 4
It's-
out of 7, right?
It's taken a lot of damage.
Okay. I would like to try and use my turn to try to do whatever I can to help the ship.
Yep. Spending 5 supplies, healing up a letter, making it slightly more stable. It is not a long-term fix. It is something that will have to be repaired long, but you have been able to throw a bit of water off as you keep yourself slightly afloat. Henry, what are you doing this turn?
Throwing a harpoon. He's
Okay.
kind of, yeah.
Perfect. We are down to 2 harpoons, but that doesn't matter,
Oh.
as the last throw is the 13th damage done. Would have been less if somebody had done their job. And the whale bleeds out, floating next to the ship. You're unsure if it's dead or if it's just stunned, but you know that if you were to harvest the meat, now is the chance to do it. Who would be the one to jump over and try and pull some of the meat up onto the ship?
I would
So,
100% also jump.
Yeah, I would like to give a little narrative flair to that final throw. It was not actually a throw. It was Henry literally just running at the end and Mad Max witnessing me moment where he just comes down to stab at it. Hearing Donnie's words about redemption and thinking about like, well, I can't make up for the past, but I can at least take this moment to start. And if this is the end of my redemption, so be it. As he stabs the whale.
As you stab in, a spray of blood goes over the entire ship, thick and heavy. Elena jumping down next to you, starting to harvest meat. Marianne, Donnie, and Beatrice, what are you doing?
Do we know that 2 people are enough to harvest the meat from the whale? Okay. I think Beatrice would continue to try and keep the ship afloat just in case something else happens.
Perfect. And Marianne.
What's the options one more time?
Just what are you doing? Everything seems calm at this moment. You and your brother are the only two in a moment of reprieve. Is there anything you'd like to do?
I think you should just like one more like check in with Donnie, seeing that he was injured, and just like, are you okay?
I think you see, like, when the whale attacked, it looked like just gashes, deep gashes all over his body. And then as the ship has been, like, fixed a little bit, you look again, and it looks like it's been weeks since those injuries happened. Donnie does not live on the same time scale you do anymore.
And then like Marianne slowly like connecting that. And then she's like, oh, you are the ship now. Right?
It is what I had to do.
Is that your only choice?
Always do whatever it takes to protect you, to help you. I hope you know that.
I do know that, and that's why I always wanted to help you out, so you wouldn't always have all the burden.
That's not your job.
But we're family. That's all of our jobs. To protect one another.
I have been damned for so long. To see your smiling face is enough. To know that you are safe is more than enough.
I think Aaron gets him another hug, and hopefully, like, maybe feeling that this might be goodbye or maybe not. She just felt like in the moment.
I think unlike when you first hugged him, when you first saw him, he reacts immediately this time and hugs you back tightly.
I think, like, if she can cry, like, tears will stream down her face. I think it's the first time I think anyone's seen her cry right now. And it's like, yeah.
Okay. Elena, jumping onto the whale, you realize holding in your hands is the exact meat you needed. Do you bring it back onto the ship to indulge with everyone? Or do you take this moment yourself and eat the meat of the heart of the hell whale?
See, she 100%, I think her first instinct is to, like, here it is and just take a bite out of it. But I think as she looks at it and brings it to her mouth, she probably either sees or hears Henry, like, in her periphery, because he's on the whale as well. And then sort of remembers, like, oh, like, there are others with me. And for a split second, she's like, it doesn't matter. This is what I came here for. I can just do this. And then thinks, maybe this is my last test. And if I'm going, he would want me to bring them with me, even though I don't want to. She knows if it was up to her, she'd bite into the heart and throw it in the water. But it wouldn't be a test if it wasn't difficult. And it's oh so difficult. As she grabs it and brings it back onto the ship, as if every step is costing her.
And Henry, do you eat yours or do you bring it back onto the ship?
He brings it back onto the ship.
Then with 2 bits of meat on there, a stew pot is made. Those of you who have been allowed this meal, Donnie, watching as your companions consume a thick, oily stew, almost just as bad as the water the meat was pulled from. The only difference is instead of stinging and clinging, it just goes down, almost like it's still living. You feel chunks of meat pulse as they go down. You feel like a very starchy goo as the stew pot goes with you. And anything you all would say to each other, 1 or 2 lines, as you're enjoying this meal. Enjoying.
That sounded like a whale again. That
That was Yuri.
No, there was a I swear I heard another whale. Beatrice,
Zombie whale.
yeah, zombie whale, exactly. She will look around the pot of icky stew, and she'll look at Marianne first, and she'll go, I know that your older brother can't come with us, but we'll make sure that you are okay if we can. And in that moment, she'll glance slightly at Elena, like kind of including her, but also like, but also acknowledging in that glance that, you know, like you did bring the heart back to the ship, like, sure. And then she'll glance at the doctor and she'll stare down at the stew for a second and then back up at the doctor. And she'll lift the bowl up and she'll like kind of raise it like a cheers kind of thing. And then she'll go to the future and whatever mistakes we'll make in the great beyond. And she'll like cheers it a little bit and then like down the rest of her own bowl.
Henry cheers us back, but you've noticed that he is not taken a single bite of this stew. And he just sets it down in front of him. I'm sorry, I will not partake. Because as a doctor, I cannot leave my patient behind. And he looks to Donnie. Until you have reached your full health, I shall continue to be in your service. And he looks over at Beatrice. There are not enough words in all the languages of man, devil, or angel to express how sorry I am. I hope that my redemption can come at some point. And I hope this is the first step in that. And then looks over at Elena. Thank you. And looks to Marianne. And no words are shared. Because I think in this moment, him staying with Donnie is word enough. And he just slides the bowl back towards the middle.
I have said it before, and I will say it again. our paths, and everything we do. Everything you believe, it is all a choice that we make. And you have made an admirable one, Doctor.
You do not see him grimace this time.
And she smiles, nods at the rest of you, and as she brings up the bowl to her lips, you see that her hands are bloody in what is to be her last blood sacrifice in this place. She eats it.
Okay. Marianne, any final words you'd like to say?
Yeah, I think like Marianne would take off her pearl necklace and gives it to Henry as a thank you for staying with Donnie so he won't be alone in this new journey. Then she will acknowledge Beatrice, be like, thank you. Like, we're in this together. And look at Elena and be like, and thank you for teaching me your ways. It helped me cope throughout this journey. And
Okay. Then as you all eat, as you all consume oh, hello Raiders, welcome in. We're in our final scene here. It's going to be a little weird, so content warnings for a bunch of religious stuff, but thank you for being here. There's a content warning. As you each eat, you all see not the two who have chosen to, or unable to choose to abstain, but from your perspective, you see a light. The same light you see at the end of time, at the end of each night when the stars open for a brief moment. And it comes down and touches Marianne and touches Beatrice. And do you allow that light to envelop you?
Yeah. Yeah. I think she'll reach at it.
Okay. And the two of you feel a weightlessness. As Elena, you don't see a third ball of light. You see two people deserving of ascension, floating up, and you, looking into the bowl beneath you, see, like Lucifer, a beautiful creature, one deserving of God's grace, one who deserves love, who deserves control, who has done everything in his name and one he has abandoned. As you and the two remaining on the ship see your eyes turn a deep dark red, your nails stretching as you hold the bowl into talons, your teeth growing to sizes unseen as you think back to every person you've killed, to every time you told the doctor it was worth it to take that man's life, to every time you cast Donnie aside, to the literal time you allowed him to drown because your words are one should be punished in order to reach redemption. And those words ring true for you once more, as you have become an angel of sorts, but a fallen angel. One who will live here in hell forever, doing what you do best, ruling over others' torture, causing them despair, believing that just like your now brother, if you do enough, maybe one day your father will love you again. And in others' agony, you can teach them the way that you can have the light these two seem to have right now. Marianne and Beatrice, you see this transformation as you are floating up, and you reach a very large gate, and you see a staircase, and it seems to be calling you forward. Would you walk up the stairs?
I think Beatrice would wait for Marianne and kind of gesture her forward. She's seeing her younger sister a lot in Marianne, in this entire journey, and she could not be with her sister either. So she is like, shall we go? Your brother would want you to be safe and comfortable until he can return himself to you.
Yeah, I don't want everything he sacrificed for me to not go, and as hopefully he'll make it up here, because I don't know what Elena just turned into. That was really worrisome.
Yeah.
Shall we do this together? Like, she holds
Yes.
out her hand.
Yes. And Beatrice will grab your hand, and like you'll feel her like clutch onto you, like to make sure you don't make a different decision.
Yeah.
and like walk forward.
Just jump off the clouds.
No.
And you both walk hand in hand up the stairs. Looking around, you see beautiful clouds. You see blue skies. Beneath you, you see that aurora that you've seen every night for who knows how long, as the world twinkles beneath you. Further down, you imagine you can see the earth, where you once lived, and beneath that you can hear the screams of those eternally tormented, those you have left behind. And you reach a gate at the top, and you pause for a moment, thinking, I could sit here. I could choose to be happy. I could choose to acknowledge my sin and stay as I am, or you can choose to walk through the gate. What would each of you like to do?
That's a big decision that you just dropped there.
Yeah, right.
I was like, whoa.
Oof.
We can't have both.
What do you mean? Beatrice will release Marianne's hand, and she'll go, I know you've spoke of your family often, and I'm also excited to see my family.
Yeah.
So perhaps we'll introduce them all to each other.
Yeah.
And she'll push like into the gates to cross that threshold.
And as you cross the threshold, Marianne, you step with her?
Yeah.
Crossing in, you imagine the angelic singing of choir. You imagine seeing everyone who you believe should be here. You imagine every vision of heaven as that bright light opens itself. And as you step your first step in, you're met with dust, footprints on the first step taken up here. You see the throne of God, long decrepit and empty. You see the halls of angels vacant, as if Jesus himself could not live here. Why should anyone else? And the two of you step blindly into a new world, an untainted world, a world for the pure and just, a world of only yours. And the two of you stand there empty, hand in hand, without family, without loved ones, without siblings. As you stand in the gates no one else has ever reached, at an empty heaven full of dust. And with that, we will bring this season of Hellwhalers to a close. Thank you all for playing. Let's go around and say who we are.
Sean, you fuck.
How dare you?
Seriously? I think hell might be better than that.
Yeah, right?
Nate, you
That
talk
was
first.
too
Who are you?
good.
Oh,
what's
you're
up,
answering
Internet?
messages.
You're
I'm
fine. You're fine.
Nate, who are you? Where can we find you?
Hi, what's up, Internet? I'm Nate. You can find me at What Do I Roll on all the socials, over on Roll D5, doing stuff, and you know, on the internet having fun. I died twice.
Pyrea.
Hi, everybody. I'm Pyrea. You can find me on the internet everywhere as Pyrea. I usually post where I'm going to be at. Yeah, this was super exciting. I'm so stoked for Taylor and I to make a new heaven. Woo! That's how I'm taking that ending. Okay.
By
Taylor.
yourselves.
Hey everyone, I'm Taylor.
You gotta
aka
start
Spiky
somewhere.
Uh, hey everyone, I'm Taylor, aka Spiky Taylor, Black Variety content creator. Wasn't that a hell of a ride, everyone? Yeah. I'm taking the ending as that we are gods now. That's what I learned today.
Very fair. Jacob.
Hello, my name's Jacob. You can find me on all the socials at JR Shore Lunch. That's JRSCHOR Lunch. I played the Weary today, Henry, the Doctor, and it was so much fun. And there's a bunch of places you can find me, but we're going to do this quick. So, popcorn, Yuri.
To our final person, Yuri.
Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Yuri. That is Yuri, pronounced she, they. Y'all can go ahead and find me at Yuri and the Beast absolutely everywhere on the interwebs. I'm doing a lot right now, so just go check that out and follow along. I played Elena, the pious, who has, I think, found her real calling, as now she has a world of souls to make bleed.
And I am Sean. You can find me all across the internet at Help Action Needed. I have been our storyteller for this game of Catholic and Christian horror and nihilism and pain. Yeah, if you want to find me, you can. Tomorrow I will be over on Tipsy Tiger for our Theater of the Mind Part 2 with Taylor. On Friday, you can find me for an entire day at 11 a.m. Central here. I won't be on it, but Meadow and Gloria will be premiering a new game written by Meadow called This House is Mad and So Am I. So if you love horror duet games, come kick off spooky season with us. After that, you can find me on Glow Pinksta with Jacob for Chaos PI. After that, you can find me on Jenna Dagger's channel at 8, I don't know, something around there, where you can find some Strahd happening. And then the weekend, you can come back here at 4 p.m. Central on Sunday for a game of Black Flies, a new game from Goose Poop Games that we will be demoing before the Kickstarter to kind of drive out some interest. But until then, we had a lot of fun. So we're gonna send people over to Split the Party. They are doing some mini painting. They're a channel that does a lot of charity work. They like to uplift a lot of voices. So let's go say hi to them, especially because they're in Australia and they're awake. I guess it's not that early for them, but I feel like it's weird. But yeah, so we'll see you next time, chat. Bye.
Bye.